Hey, welcome everybody to our webinar. This is Tony Adamy. I'm an independent representative with Infinity to Global, which is i2g. And I went out of my way here to work out of my home office to go to through the back office to give you an idea of not only how to navigate, what it looks like, the features, the benefits, and exactly what could happen for you like it's happened to me if you get to work. It's really that simple. So once you get into your back office, when you log in, you're going to be in your home screen. And you're going to have your business name here, or you're going to have your personal name. You can always change this. The way you change it, you go into My Activity, and you go to your drop-down, and you can change it, or you can send in a support ticket, and you can change it here. But just want to let you know, this is what it's going to show up on your website. Right now, I'm an emperor, so whatever your position is, you'll see I have 379 positions on my left, 1498 on my right. Now, just so you know, that's not necessarily people. That's the number of positions that are purchased. Some of the people on the right actually bought 3 and 5 and 7 emperor positions at once. So there's really more like 800 or 900 people here, but that's still good. The point is, just so you understand what that is compared to that. When I got started in early September, very part-time when I was working my full-time job, the right side is what I started with first. And then a whole bunch of people started to join, and it started to take off, which is a good thing. And then slowly I started working the left side, and then the left side started taking off late October. In November and December, it's been rocking. And thus you'll see the money's, what has happened here in a little bit when I get to that screen. I put in 18 people on my left, 7 on my right. Okay? So 25. The minimum you need, of course, is 2. 1 on your left, 1 on your right. But this is so good, I couldn't stop telling everybody. Now, there's people that didn't say yes to me. There's a bunch of people that did say no. So this really should be more like 80 or 90, but that's the way the world goes. Those other ones will come around eventually. Right here, you've got your view your binary tree. You're going to use this a lot. View your personally sponsored. That's a list of everyone you brought in. So it'd be a list of these 25. It'll tell you if there's, well, you know, all about them, who they are if you forgot, whether they're active or not, and their contact information. Your graphical binary tree viewer, you'll use that from time to time, but this one is easier. Down here, it's telling you that you are currently locked to the left. Now, you could be locked to the right, or you can just say weak side. And this right here is your default placement to show you how to go left or right. You're going to use this a lot, especially when your team is starting to really grow. And you might pull over at the side of the road and say, hey, I better lock to the left before Jerry joins because I want Jerry on my left side, kind of a thing. Or you might have your spouse, or you might have someone in your group say, well, I'm going to put Suzanne, am I putting her on my left or my right? And then you're going to say, well, no, you're putting Suzanne on your right. Oh, okay, so then you go in your back office here, you hit your defaults, you click the button, and you save it, okay? Right now, I'm locked to the left. Weak side means that the computer will put it in the organization that has the weakest, or I should say, the least amount of people. So if I had checked weak side, and I sponsored number 26, it would go here because this is smaller than this one. That's just the way it works. All right, so going from top here, you've got your binary tools, which is the same placement, which is down here. This is all your personal stuff. You can go in here and you need to set your auto ship manager if you haven't done this already. Your auto ship is going to start 30 days after you join if you're a novice, a player, or a high roller. Of course, as an emperor, there is no auto ship for the first 12 months. After that, they're saying it's going to be $200 a month. However, it can come right out of your proceeds, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Okay? Then you've got other things over here in the back. You've got your profile. You can change that. Newsletter and consultant manual is coming. Your reports right here, this is your volume history. So your volume history is your actual breakdown of what's going on today. As you can see, here's today. I've got, this is the volume that's coming in today so far, midday on the 17th. This is everything that came in yesterday, okay? There's a few emperors, there's a bunch of novices, and you have a whole bunch of high rollers and so forth. So what we're saying is we have activity that's coming in on a daily basis. It's all real time. You've got the ID numbers here, which are important because if you want to go ahead and look those people up in the near future, you know, or look them up right now, you can see where they are on the grid, and I'm going to show you that. Also, underneath your, here, let's go back. Okay, that's reports. Now, your order history is what you personally bought. So you can go into that and you can check it out. Your support, this is important because in your support, you're going to have support tickets that you're going to create. You're going to review support tickets that you have in the hopper. And if you want to call the company out of Kentucky, which is their call center, and soon you have one in Hong Kong, this is the phone number. So save this in this phone number in your smartphone, 270-605-5151. Support at i2g.com. It's your support. And these are the phone numbers Central Time. Eastern Time, that would be from 11 to 7. On the West Coast, it would be from 10 or 8 in the morning until 4. Okay? And then this is the email, of course. And then there's actually 2 emails, support and support2 at i2g. These are things you want to memorize and you want to know. If you want to go up, open up a new support ticket, you go into that, you pick the category. Okay? If you're not sure, just go general. The priority is urgent, medium, and low. And I say I compare this to go to the emergency room if you are real ill. If you walk into the emergency room and you're bleeding, then you know, and there's a tragedy, and you have a tragedy with your i2g business, then put it on as urgent. Something's got to happen right now, quick. But if it's medium or low, give the staff a little bit of a break. Let them work on the urgent ones first, and then they'll get to these. The point is, just it is what it is, and just make sure you identify it. This right here, you're going to put your email address, and then you've got 1,000 characters to describe specifically what you need done, and your ID number is at the top. This is your 6-digit number you need to memorize. So you need to have that all the time in your wallet, in your purse, in your brain, in your cell phone, so you know what it is, because when you call them or interact with them, you need to have it. Then you submit the ticket. Now what you do is, when you're submitting tickets, they're going to email you, and they're going to tell you that, like, you're going to go into review tickets, they're going to tell you that everything has been pending or everything is resolved. See how these are resolved? Okay, see I had these are urgent, these are all resolved. Then you can click on it, and it'll tell you exactly what they did and what the response was right here. It's fantastic, very simple. Now your commission tools, hopefully you're going to use your commission tools quite a bit, okay? You've got gift certificates, transaction manager, funds, virtual commission, and you got your earnings report. Let me just go right into my earnings report, because this is the one everyone wants to see. If you look at the dates, December 1 to December 31, and today's the 17th of December, and here's proof of it at the very bottom of my screen. Here's what I've done so far in 2 weeks. This is the commission that I've earned in 2 weeks with my i2g business. Now let's back up a minute. September is when I really got started, okay? Now, it took a while. You know, it was a money issue, it was a time issue, all those things. Life is life. However, I didn't say no, and I didn't procrastinate. I got in as fast as I could. Thank God for that, because I have a lot of people that joined after me, and that's a good thing. So what happened was, I started to get busy, and then as you noticed there, when I was over here in the beginning, I had over 300 people on one side and 1,400 on the other. Every time I put people on my left side, I'm cycling, and that's what's going to happen for you. You see right here, I have cycled a whole heap of times. Well, I've made 14,000 one week and 13,000 the week after that, just back to back. Look at the 6th and then the 13th right here. Right here. Here's the 13th. These are the ending on Friday. Okay? Look at my matching check bonuses. These are people that are out there getting busy, and I'm really, really most excited about this. On the first week of December, a whole bunch of matching checks. This is 20 and 15 and 10% of what people are making. And then on the 13th, same thing, 20 and 15 and 10%. This is over $4,200 I've earned in 2 weeks for people that are just going out there and doing the business, and I'm making over $4,200 just because I'm the one that helped, you know, told them about it. I opened my mouth, or someone opened my mouth, or I told someone who told someone who told someone who told someone. It's 5 generations. This right here is $1,000. I brought in 2 separate emperors, fast start bonus for emperors. Okay, bang bang, $1,000. Okay, so here we are. We've got 33,801 for 2 weeks. Not bad. Now, what's not showing up here is that I also hit gold. And a gold is when you cycle 250 times in a calendar month, which is the 1st to the 30th of the month. And I've already cycled over 400 times. So I've hit gold, and that's a $25,000 bonus. So add 25,000 to that, and you're at about 58 grand so far, 17 days into the month. Okay? Not bad. That's fantastic. That's the most I've ever made in networking, and you know, and I'm not anything special. But what I did do is I didn't quit, and I didn't say no, and I didn't give up. So that's what I want to say about that. Now, if you want to see what happened in November, okay, then you go into November. I'm going to click on the 1st of November to the 30th. Okay, I'm going to run the report, and we're going to see the same report. This is what I made in November, 14,000. But what doesn't show up here, it will show up here in the 3rd week of December, which is pretty soon, that I earned the Silver Leadership Bonus. It's going to show up right here. Silver Leadership Bonus. And those of you that understand the marketing plan, that's when you have cycled 125 times in a calendar month. So in the month of November, I cycled 198 times, 198. And on 198, that made me almost 12,000 in business and cash. And, you know, divide that by 300, that's what you get. And there's going to be a $10,000 bonus. And right here it's going to say Silver Executive Leadership Bonus, 10,000. So I really made over 24,000. Okay? Not too bad. Now I have some leaders on the line with me. I just wanted to see if there's any questions from the leaders on the line before. All right. You gentlemen have any questions while we're shooting this video for the team? And just careful of the background noise. *6 your phone if you for me.
Hi, Dr. Wang. If you want to, if Brett doesn't want to start, I know you have some questions. Feel free to ask away.
Yeah. So while we're on this topic of the cycles here, do they start over every month as you bonus?
No. Well, every time you cycle, the volume on each leg matches up. The 300 and the 300 matches up. So let's go back to that. Let me go into my grid because we didn't get to that yet, but that's a good question. Let me go into. So what he's asking is what about the cycles? So I'm going to view my binary tree. This is my current tree. Okay. This is the volume I've got this week, and this is the volume that's been holding. That's the way extra volume above and beyond, you know, the left side. So in other words, at the end of this pay period, these 15,000 points will match with 15,000 over here, and this will go down by 15,000, and this will go to 0. And 15,000 points, because my right's very, very large right now, 15,000 points, someone's got some background noise, please. 15,000 points divided by 300, that's 50 cycles. So I've cycled 50 times so far. Okay? I've cycled 50 times because these 15,000 points are going to be already part of this. This is over 3 million points. So every time I put people on this side, every 300 points I cycle because this is smoking. You guys understand that?
Yeah, so that 3 million stays put, and then the left side,
yeah.
You kind of the volume
yeah,
and the cycle.
Yeah, it stays, but it keeps growing because there's lots of people joining on that right still.
Right.
Okay? So yeah, the answer is yes. So when you get started, you're 0 and 0 like I was. Well, one of them is going to grow faster than the other. So if you had 15,000 like I did, and then 19,000 over here, the 15 and will cut off in the 19, you'd have 4,000 left over to carry over for the next week.
Right.
As long as you're active in the business, and as an emperor, you're active every month. But for novice and high roller and player, you have to, you got your monthly. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the tools because I want to show you a couple things. Okay? Now I'm going to mute it out. So here's what I've got here. I went into what is called virtual commission management. All right? Now, there's only 706 here because I went ahead and moved the money already, and I'm going to show you in a minute. But this is just extra cash sitting there that if somebody needed to join right now, let's say they wanted to be a high roller for $619.95, and they just handed you the money, or their credit card doesn't hold it, but they got cash, and they handed you the money for whatever reason, you can actually take this money, put $619.95 right here, which is the $600 plus the $19.95, go to gift certificate, and then it'll say, do you want to create a gift certificate for this amount? You're going to say yes. You click on it, and it's going to give you about a 16-digit alphanumeric number right here above it, and you cut and paste that, and you give it to your friend, and you take that gift certificate. So when they go and they sign up, it's asking them how are they going to pay for it. It's kind of like a coupon, okay? So they take that number, and they use that number to pay for their sign-up. And you could do that for Emperor as well. So if you have, let's just say you had well over 5,000 1995 sitting right here, you can do it right here. You see how I've done it a few times? So you can do that too, but I happened to pull the money out already, so I couldn't demonstrate that, but you get the idea. Just by clicking on it, you can see what the monies I've moved just in the last couple of weeks, 17.2 and 17.4. There you go. Now, if you want to request a check, so if you don't want to have this money go into your payroll account, which we're going to talk about, you can request a paper check, which I don't know that many people are doing that. But if you want to send it to your Global Payment Gateway account, which is your GPG, which we're going to talk about, I can put 700 here, okay? And I can hit Request GPG, and it's going to say, do you want to confirm that? And you're going to say yes, and that money is going to go into my Global Payment Gateway account, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. So, and then that Global Payment Gateway, you can send that to any bank you want or any credit card you want in the world. So going back down, funds or transfer funds, let me go into that. Okay, if you want to transfer from your IBO to another person's IBO, for let's just say you just want to give them the money because you're a nice person, you can just transfer. If you want to transfer $100, you just put their IBO number right here and hit look up or perform the transfer, and it'll go right into their back office. So if their green thing here says 0, it'll now say green and 100. They can use that to pay their auto chip, or maybe you're just giving them the money. The point is you can do that within the network. Right here, Transaction Manager. This is cool. Now you can see what I've done here. On November 23rd, I transferred $9,100, payable to me. Okay, it's in the form of an ACH web check, which is that money was sent to my Global Gateway account. So that was November. A week later, I sent $4,500. I paid for somebody's 1995 right there. The week after that, I got $16,000. I paid for someone's 100. I paid for someone else's 1995. They gave me the money. I paid for someone's 100. These are all gift certificates. See them right there? That's what I was just showing you. And then right here, yesterday, I moved over $17,200. So not bad, right? $33,000 plus another $13,500. That's about, I don't know, 48, 49 grand that I moved over in the last 1, 2, pretty good. So 3.5 weeks. Now I'm going to open up for questions, see if anybody has any questions on what I just showed here. All right, fellas, any questions? You guys good? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
All right.
I have another question, actually. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
So, it says that 25% of all the bets are qualified as volume. Like, how does that work?
Okay. Well, let's go into that. He's asking about the bets. So let me go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new browser. Okay, so we're going to go into i2g casino, if I can only spell, .com. Okay, so here's the casino. So everybody internationally, outside of the United States, can go and log on to this, and they can set up their account. You and I and people in the United States cannot. Okay? So once they get started, their username and password here on the top right is the same username and password i2g account. Same username, same password. And they log in, they set it up. If they need to have this reset or whatever, then they send a support ticket. So to answer your question, when people do set this up and then they start to gamble, whether they go into the roulette game, the baccarat, or the blackjack, which is the 3 live games right now. You see they're live, and there's the dealers right there as an example. Once everybody that places a bet, and when they set up their account, let's say they set it up, whatever banking that they use, whatever deposits they use, or whatever, however they pay for it, whatever they do, they're going to go ahead, when they pay for it and then they bet the money, the chips, if you will, they go ahead, for every $100 that they bet, and if that person is in your grid, if they're in your downline, let's just say they're, let's go into the grid here. answer your question. Okay, so let's go to the binary tree. Okay, let's just go down this grid here just a little bit, just kind of give you an idea. All right, so let's just say this person right here, okay, who's got 172,000 points, but they have a whole bunch of people underneath them. Let's just say it goes down, 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 and there's about 30, 40 customers down here underneath. Those customers are out there gambling on that site I just showed you, on that site right there. They go ahead and gamble. Every time they place a bet, everybody up this daisy chain, for every $100 they gamble, 25 points goes into the tree, and it's going to help everybody cycle every $25. When this gets to 300 will get away from this 300 from this amount, subtract 300, and that's the cycle. So as these people down here are gambling and they're betting around the world, all the way around the world, that's why it's called infinity. No matter where they are in the world, up this daisy chain tree, all of these people are going to get 25 points for every $100 bet. And if it lands right here, which it will, 25, 25, 25, 25, he can wake up one morning, he's got, 9,000 points sitting here than he didn't have the night before, and he cycled 30 times overnight. Those 9,000 points will get subtracted from here. It'll be down to 163,000, and he'll cycle all those times in this program, because you can be, you don't have to ship a product or nothing like that. Does that answer your question, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's clear. Thank you very much.
Pretty dadgum exciting, isn't it?
That's very exciting. Yeah.
This is the bomb, man. This is the absolute bomb. Okay? When people around the planet start logging in and they play their casino and they deal with these, live, and then they've got a chance to win, it's just incredible. And that's what makes us so different than other companies out there and so forth and so on. Okay? So let me go back into this grid, and let's go back into here. Gift certificates are pretty much straightforward. It's just giving you an idea of all the ones you already did, okay? We already went into all this. Now your genealogy, you've got the tabular one, the graphical, or the extended. I'm going to show you the graphical because it's kind of like the grid we just talked about, except a little different. You can actually put your mouse right over these, and then it'll tell you who they are and their ID number and so forth. But if you want to make it like I've got it only 4 levels deep. If you want to make it 22 levels deep and make it's a little bit medium, and then hit generate, watch how cool this looks now. Okay, now they're going to be a lot smaller. It's going to take a minute. 22 levels deep, medium. These are going to go smaller, and it's going to be 22 levels. It's going to be. I shouldn't have done 22. That's going to take a while. But the point is it's way down there. And I got people 50, 60, 70 levels below me already that I'm making money off of because all the points go up. They go up the grid. So what you can do here is you can get a really good feel of your entire team, where there's holes and who's doing what. Okay? So like I said, I shouldn't have done 22. It's going to take too long. Let me see if I can change this up and go to 10 and see if I can maybe not screw the computer up and go a little faster. But I think you guys get the idea. This is going to be a whole big spider web, if you know what I mean. Pretty cool. It shows right here. You can check what you want. Okay, there we go. This is 10 levels. Let me move this over. Give you an idea. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. Now, these are people. Now, as customers start coming in, all of these points, like all these points in this row, are going to go up to this person. This person's right. It's going to go up to this person's left. This person's left. This person's left. This person's left. And then eventually my left. That's me. So what happens is points are points, and that's the beauty of the binary, is this thing can go way down, and as people are playing around the world and they're betting their chips as a representative. Okay? And a lot of these there's customers built in here too, and a lot of these people have brought in customers. So what I'm saying is this is a good way to look at it, and this is just another way to look at it. So let's go back to your home screen. We're going to wrap this up here shortly. I want to show you in the home screen, this is what you're going to need to do. On the left-hand side, you're going to set up your GPG, which is your Global Payment Gateway. Okay, GPG. You got to go down here and set it up. Now, mine's already set up, so let me just put in my password, and you can go ahead and see this. Okay, you're going to have to need to go in and set yours up. Now, if you noticed here, this is pretty exciting stuff. Now, on the right-hand side, you can set up your own individual banks. You can set up 2 different banks you can send money to, a different pay card that might be a reloaded card. We'll talk about that. Debit cards you want the money to go to, or a virtual card, which I'm not sure how that works, but over here, and then you can set up text messaging right to you. Over here, as you can see, let me go back here to November. Okay, in November, I moved over 9,100. Okay, now what happens is when you first get started, the most you can move over in a given 24 hours is $2,500 bucks. When you send in your proof of citizenship, like a passport or a driver's license, then they're going to move you up, and they're going to prove that it's you, and they'll move you up to $9,999 in one day, every day. Okay, so you'll see that here in a moment. So this is what it was moved over, and this was what I moved over that particular day. So this is right after I set this thing up. You can see it was the 3rd week of November. And this is the account I'm sending it to right now. I don't have anything else set up at the moment. Now I'm going to go into the next screen. Okay, so then money came in the following week, so I moved it over, and from the previous week I moved over $6,500 because I was approved for the $99.99, so I moved over what I had left. This was the balance. Then I moved over some more, and then $16,000 came in. I can't move 16, I can only move $99.99, so I moved $9,000 and made it an even number, and 7. These two here add up to be this, okay, which is pretty easy. Now, so that was that. Now you can see there's a fee of $2. That's tax deductible. Those are expenses. Here's what I'm going to talk to you about is the reloadable. Now they have what is called a private label card right here. It's the Royal Bank account debit card right here. It's $45. One time it's set up. It's got your name on it, and they mail it to you straight away. And I was told by corporate here at i2g that we're going to have our own private label very soon, and it's going to have our logo on it. So what's good about this is that you could be out shopping and you're using your private label debit card. An expensive bottle of wine or expensive pair of clothes or whatever, and you talk to the person and you say, hey, check out my card. Isn't that cool? Have you ever heard of that company, i2g? Oh, what's that? Well, what do you do? Oh, well, let me tell you what I do. I make money every time somebody places a bet worldwide. Say what? Yeah, I make money every time somebody places a bet worldwide. Would you like to know how? Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, if you can afford this, this merchandise, and you can afford this and afford that, it sounds good. I'd like to know. Well, let me have your email address. I'm going to send you a 10-minute video. Okay? So that's going to be a great tool to use. And the 10-minute video, then, of course, you get their contact information. Up here, you're going to set up your bank account and everything else. And then at the very top here, which is another cool feature, see it says Approve Purchasing. So you click on that. And you want to set this up. Choose this feature, I hereby authorize GPG to allow my company is Infinity to Global, to charge my pay for purchases I make with the company. The purchases would be like your auto ship, for those of us that have auto ship. So you would check that, it would turn on, you save it. That means this, if you want to take your $50, your $75, or your $100, or whatever it is, out of your commissions right here, then you would just send a support ticket in and to i2g, and they're going to see that you're approved to have the money come out, and you don't have to worry about it coming out of your bank account. It comes right out of your commissions. And this is what we're talking about for Emperors and the 13th month, because come right out of their commissions. Okay, do you gentlemen have any questions about the GPG account and setting it up? Now, while you're thinking of a question, let me tell you something before I forget. When you go into your, when you move the money from Infinity to Global, because we get paid every Friday, and then the following Friday it's sitting in your account. When you move it, you're moving it to this, to GPG. When you move it from Infinity to Global to GPG, it takes approximately 2 business days, sometimes less, depending on where you are. So that's 2 business days. And then when you move it from this, from GPG to your personal bank, and my bank is Citibank, if you move it to your personal bank, then it could take another 2 days. It could. So you got to understand that it is what it is. Now the reason why Infinity to Global is doing this is because it's responsible for your money at all. They don't want to be responsible that to give you the money, to send it to you, or nothing. And I like that. They just want to, they're giving you the infrastructure, they're giving you the tools, they're giving you the marketing, they're giving you everything. The casino, you just go out there and make money and bring them customers and reps. And then when you get the money, you move the money to GPG, and then you move it from GPG to any bank account or debit card or private label card you want. I like that. And you can split it up amongst these cards. Very, very, very smart, and I think that's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. This is the home page. Everybody should read through this. If you're not sure, it's set up and you can deposit in bank accounts in 70 different countries here on the bottom right. You can use the same username and password that you did for Infinity Global. If it doesn't work, just send a support ticket in. They'll reset it every now and then. That happens. And they have offices in Irvine, California, and they have them in the UK. See? Irvine and the UK. All right? Not too bad. So that's pretty cool. So that's what I want to talk to you about that. Let's go back to the back office. Let me get out of this. Oops. I think I accidentally, yes I did. Let me go ahead and log back in. See if any wrapped up. Do you gentlemen have any questions before we wrap up our training portion today? Everybody good? All right.
Well, I just wanted to ask about the revenue sharing, the profit pools, like for the 5,000 emperors.
Yes. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you that. Okay. All right. We didn't really get into that, did we? So let me go ahead and log in. Just keep in mind that pool just started, so I only have 1 month of it. Now, of course, the goal is that pool is to really, really jump up there into the hundreds and then into the thousands. That's the plan. So, if you go back into my tools, into my virtual commission management, actually that's not the one, sorry, earning history report, because history means everything. Now, there's nothing yet for December because the month's not over. So we're going to go back into November 1st through the 30th. This is a good question. Let's run the report. See right here, pool cash. And I became an emperor midway through November. I upgraded. So I got 25.46 was my share, prorated share from October. Okay? That's what I earned. That's what it was for that month. November, I don't know what it's going to be yet. But every month we anticipate it to grow, grow, grow. And Rick Mikey's goal is for us to get to $100 million in a month in profits. That's $50 million going into the pool. And if you divide 50 million or 5,000 emperor positions into 50 million, that would be a potential of $10,000 per emperor position that month. Now, of course, that's the goal. If we're making 600 a month, 700 a month, 800, 1,000, whatever it is, it is. The point is that that's only going to be for emperors. Now, the only other pools that are going to be on here, which you don't see yet, I'm going to start getting them, is the silver pool, the gold pool, the ruby, the emerald, and the diamond. Those are the other pools that are going to go down, down, down here. And my sponsor who brought me in, Dennis DeVoren, his pool checks are into the thousands every month because he's got a big group and he started 2 months before me. So he's rocking, okay? And everybody on this line can do the same thing. Alrighty, so you're going to be going back to your home page quite a bit. And there we go. Okay? You're going to be going back here. You see a couple people joined since we've been talking. So let's go into and see who they were. You go into your volume history. And let's see here. Someone came in while we were talking as a player. That's 240 BV. And these people joined. Some of them paid their monthly subscription. See that right here? This guy, Tom, he paid his monthly from 30 days ago. So that's $30. So he paid $50. $30 of it, which is 60%. $30 goes into my binary. So I got, and the person underneath them too, $50 for the month. I got a $30. So this is big time residual income that's going to grow down the road. Right now, you're not going to see that because you're not into this thing 30 days, and even in the first 30 days, it's not going to be very much, but it's going to grow and it's going to explode, and that's what you're going to see, and that's the big picture. So let's go into my genealogy. And I was at 15,000 points earlier, so let's go back into my tree. So it's the same 15, so that was what probably brought it up there. Okay? So here's what happened, though. Let me show you something. When I first got started, by the way, to move this down, you click on the person. And when you click on them, they go up to the top. You can see there's a lot of people that got 3 million points. They're not doing anything. Well, if you knew people like that, you can buy their position out. That's what I would do. You know, if you got people that don't want to work the program, you know, maybe come in and take them over. And now here's what happened. Here's what got rocking. This guy here became an emperor, he brought 3 emperors right here. That's $15,000 right here. He brought in a guy right here. Look at this one. This is what started getting going in September. He brought in this guy. He brought in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he brought in Christina. But watch this. If I click on this one, look at all the points. Look how many. Look at. He's got 30,000 points. Look, he cycled 100 times already this week. Look at that on that position. This has got a lot of points. He cycles over 30 times right here because you take 300 into this because every 300 points will cycle. But he's got over 485,000 points. So this guy here brought in 7 positions, and he brought in David Park, who brought in 7 positions. If you keep going down here, see, this is how this thing started rocking. Look at the Park family. Look at all the emperors they bought. Look at all that. And they're working them too, and they're getting points. And all the excess points is carrying over to the next month because there's no auto ship with an emperor. Okay, that's all money. That's all cycle money every week. And then this is getting a matching check off of these 20% because these people here are him. See, that's him or his family. He's getting 20% and 15% matching check on what they do. This is enormous money, enormous. So, and then you go over here on the outside, and this is what happens. People are coming in like this guy here. He bought in 2. Look at this one. This is a 3-pack right here. They bought 3 of them. This is what I'll tell you. Actually, they bought 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 4. I'm kind of losing track here. So the point is this starts to go crazy. Now look at everybody's an emperor. Look at that. Everybody's an emperor. You don't see any novices. You don't see nothing else but emperors. See that? And that's the mindset that people are doing this on a big scale. Okay? And good for me, I was able to get some of this business underneath me. There's a lot of it in this company that's not underneath me, but that's okay. I have what I have, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful for what I have. So that's a lesson for today. Get in. Don't waste any time. Build the business. Now, if you want to go right to the top, you hit this button here at the top. You just hit top. It goes right to the top, okay, which is you. And then, like, for example, this person's just a customer, but they got 0 points. If they were a novice, they'd have over 3 million points right now. And they could build a business, work the inside right here, and make money. Somebody did not tell this person what to do. This person here, I don't know what they're doing, but they're sleeping on the railroad track, and somebody just about ran them over. Okay? If they start working their inside, for every 300 points, they're going to cycle. As an emperor, they're going to make $60. 300 points, 300 points, 300 points, 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, because they got plenty of points to match it up with. Same thing with Lynn Team, okay? And so on and so on. So it is what it is, and I just wanted to show you that because when you snooze, or if you miss out, or you wait, or you procrastinate, you can miss out on having big fish underneath you, and that's really what it's all about, okay? Now, if you want to do a search for somebody right here, then I'm going to do a search right here, and then bring this up. And then you can go ahead and see this is a new tree right here. You do a search and it comes right up. If you want to click on these people, you can click on them and go right down. Okay? Tell you where they're at. If you want to go up the tree and who's above them, then you go up the tree. This is up the tree right here. Okay? So anyway, my point is that you can this is a great search tool right here, or you can search by their last name. Okay? So if I wanted to go Las Vegas Victory, which is a church, by the way. Whoops. Put it in the wrong spot. V-I-C-T. This is a church. If I spelled that right. Did I spell that right? Las Vegas. L-V-V-I-C-T. I can't even spell. Don't look right. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Okay, I know why. All right, let's go into. Let me give you one with the last name that I can think of right now. Let's see here. I just went. My brain just went blank. Let me think of somebody here. Okay, here we go. All right, Gomez. See, then you bring up all the people with go nodes, and you pick on the one that you want. Okay, and it's got both of them right here. And actually, and then you say, okay, it's this one right here, A20203. A20203, so go right here, A20203, put it in, and it brings them up right there. Okay, so, and it tells you where they're at. Okay, they're a customer, and they got one person underneath them so far. So you can get an idea with this search tool, if you know their web address, / whatever, or you can go to the last name, because sometimes you're not sure. Sometimes they got a DBA, you're not sure. You can use the number over here. So anyway, going through the back office is a very, very great tool, and you will learn so much, and you will educate yourself on how to manage your business. But what will get you really, really excited, of course, is when you start seeing the dollars that are coming in. Okay. Now this is some huge money for me, but what I'm more excited about is this right here, this matching check, because these are people that we're building, and some of you are listening to my voice right now. These are the people that are starting to get to work because they